Hello to all my friends out there. How you guys? Okay, some nights you just need some quick food. It's no time, it's late. I had a lot of food left over. The chicken curry I made is really good left over if you've never tried it. So I bought 6 pounds of chicken tenderloins from Walmart, and so tonight I'm making some chicken, popcorn chicken and biscuits for just like a quick meal, but it's a good meal. So I have some eggs. I really like the cornflake chicken, but this is good too. And then I have some, chicken that I cut up in little pieces. And if the grain goes this way, you want to cut this way. Cut across the grain, small pieces, and your chicken, and this is just 1 egg. Your chicken will be better. It'll be more tender. So I just want to coat my chicken. I have tried doing these all different kinds, like when I make McNuggets. And if you do them one at a time, they just come out so much better. There's just no way to do mass coatings that are going to turn out better. And it doesn't really take, well, it depends how many you're going to do. But if you can do them 1 or 2 at a time. And so what I like to put on mine is a lot of garlic and pepper. That's all. And then I want to coat them in flour, just plain old flour. So I want, a lot. We still have to be very careful here. Mexico has the healthcare is being overrun by the COVID. And 100,000 Mexicans cross that border at San Diego every single day. And so they interviewed some of the people, and they said, well, how did this happen? And they said, well, we couldn't afford not to go to work. And I can really kind of relate to that. I mean, I have thought many times, and I can tell you right now, hairdressers in this town are doing hair. Because I see fresh barber cuts, walking around, so you can't blame them. I just hope they have insurance, medical insurance. I don't want to think, I just wouldn't want to think about at this time, going into a hospital with no insurance. Well, I did. Well, I had insurance. I just didn't have the insurance I thought I had. And in a minute, we'll discuss a little bit about stockpiling and how the stockpiling is really going to save you in stockpiling food in the event that things go down south. Your stockpiling can really save you. It really saved me. And another thing is you're going to be able to regroup better if you have your stockpile. You're not going to be thrown into total ruin as easily. I mean, it's going to be bad. You're still going to have to adjust, but it's not going to be nearly as bad. And I check my zip code every single day for the COVID by zip code. And the numbers are still at the same high rate here in this town. And I mentioned to you guys that because San Diego, the city of San Diego, is 1 block away from here. So you might as well consider it the same rate. So you have to be very careful. It's just as deadly. I caught pneumonia one time when I was in intensive care. I had toxic shock and I was really, really sick with pneumonia. So I know what's going to happen if I catch this stuff, and I'm being very careful. I'm suffering a lot with my hair because I thought, like, in an emergency, I'm going to do a product review, you guys. I'm going to give you a product review. You look at my freaking hair. That is Tresemme shampoo. I can get professional products, but I'm too cheap to pay full price. So I'm hating this shampoo with a passion. Sorry, Tresemme, but this shampoo is crap. And I bought a lot too, and I feel like I don't want to waste. Oh, my chicken smells good. And I made myself a half a batch of biscuits. Okay, I found flatbread last night that I really liked the recipe. And this is a new recipe. I haven't found a biscuit recipe that I love, but you know, I'm trying because in the event, ooh, these look good. In the event that my, you know, you can't find yeast or something goes wrong, you can always get the baking soda and baking powder for about $1 a can. I bought big ones because ooh, my chicken looks good, you guys. And this is fast. You know, sometimes, you know, a lot of eating out can be avoided just by having a couple of quick, kids would love this. I usually bake my chicken, but I do dearly love fried chicken of all kinds. So let me put some butter, and I have some Dollar Tree honey. It's not real honey, it's honey syrup. So it'll do. Oh, this doesn't have a... Now I thought I had this thing under control because every time I'm doing one of these, I can never get it open. Well, let's get it out this way. These are some pretty decent looking biscuits, look. I made these biscuits just like I made the flatbread and just like I made everything else. You know, the biscuits and flatbread is not like bread with yeast where you, one time I bought these cookbooks at Dollar Tree, and there's a lot of good recipes. I can't see what I'm doing with this tripod. This is my new tripod. So I use one cup flour, a half teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon sugar, and 2 tablespoons baking powder. And I mix that all together, and then I cut the shortening. Now this recipe doesn't have as much shortening in it, but it has milk, so I use my powdered milk. And I mixed all the dry ingredients. I cut the shortening in with 2 knives, and then I put the milk in the middle of the dry ingredients like a well, and I just turn it around, you know, to wet the dough, and I divided it in 6 pieces, and then I put some flour on a board and just rolled my little balls around in the flour to create some tasty little biscuits. These are looking pretty good, you guys. So you could literally make these faster than you can like stand in line Now that we have the social distancing, in the mornings, like if I go to Walmart, I just want to get a Diet Coke, and it's such a hassle. And then today I finally got one and my lid popped off. Oh. And it's still not safe here. And today was Thursday, so it was a little bit crowded. So I hope everybody is doing okay, and especially in Michigan. One of the things we have to kind of prepare for, you never really can, you know, just like this. I was thinking of all kinds of preparations. I never thought of being locked in the house. I've thought of it now, though. So I'm praying for everybody in Michigan and all my followers, too. Some people cover their chicken. You know, you fry halfway and then you turn it and cover it. You can do it that way too. Okay, so now I have no more grapefruit. I can't buy any grapefruit in this whole town. So I thought I will try to make some tasty lemonade. I do have 4 cups of tea, chamomile tea. And so what I have is the juice of 1 lemon, and the lemons were big. So I'm going to try to make some lemonade with my tonic water, because the tonic water has quinine in it, which is like the malaria medicine, kind of. And they say you can use baking soda, but my biscuits have baking powder, so you know, hey. I'm tempted to crank this heat up a little bit. I think I'll do it. Okay, you nuggets, you popcorn chickens, fry up now. Time is wasting. Okay, so I'm going to put sugar. Now, when you make lemonade, it's equal parts lemonade and sugar. I mean lemon and sugar and 4 parts water. But I'm just going to sweeten my lemon up here. I don't want it too sweet. I could use artificial sweetener. With grapefruit, you can stand it, but straight lemon juice, no, that's too sour. Okay, so that's good. Because lemonade is, so I want 4 parts water. This is tonic water. I told you about the time I couldn't find any iced teaspoons. I wanted to lose my mind. I was determined to find iced teaspoons. And so then after that, for years after that, every thrift store I went into, when they open the thrift stores up, I will be very selective about what I buy. I will hand pick the stuff, and I will only buy luxury items, because now I can go into Marshall and Ross. It's almost done. And I can buy stuff as cheap as a thrift store. I think I need a little bit more. But not until the COVID case is clear, and also I can also go to the swap meet and get good deals. People are going to be desperate for money. It's going to be bad. This is one of my better ones, you guys. Lemonade with tonic water. So I want to encourage you guys to continue on in the stockpile, little by little. I mean, not panic buying, because that's counterproductive. I'm going to go over. I have a lot of new followers. Even though I lost 30,000 views, I managed to get more subscribers somehow, which is crazy. Okay, now where is my notes? because I have a terrible memory. Okay, so what might happen, and I hope it doesn't, but if I was a betting woman, which I am, I would be pretty much sure what's coming is hyperinflation. And hyperinflation on what? Food. They're already reporting crazy stuff, like 25% chicken increase, in restaurants. And the beef is very expensive. That's why when my freezer, a little place is available in my freezer, I am stocking up. This chicken, especially chicken, you can usually get that cheap. This oil is from Walmart. Okay, so take a look at this. Okay, so now let's try a little honey on my biscuit, and I will tell you. Yummy. Biscuits are easy to make. No running out of bread. Those are pretty good. Hyperinflation is a situation in which prices are rising extremely fast. So we want to stockpile some food. So if you're new to stockpiling, even if you're not new to stockpiling, the approach that's good is try to stockpile one-day food. So if you have food in your house for one day and you didn't have to go buy some, then that would be a one-day stockpile. So I know I use chicken, and I use the stuff to make flour, and I had some kind of drink. It could be tea, and I could figure it out by the day. Then try to stockpile for 3 days, then for 5 days, and then for 7 days. That's a week. That's going to give you 1 week. They say most people only have enough money for, I think it's 2 weeks. So it's really helpful if you can get food so you wouldn't have to buy. I'm not talking about weird food. I'm talking about food that you eat all the time. So for breakfast, I usually have cereal and milk, so I would want enough cereal, like a big box of cornflakes for $1, and some milk. Lunch, I usually eat a sandwich, some cookies, and some tea, because I like tea and cookies, but it can be your leftovers. Like the last few days, I had these massive amounts of leftovers. And then I wanted to mention, you get better at it as you start going along. Instead of buying 1 bar of soap, if you see for the same price 3 bars, even though you don't like it as much, I don't know about this cheap shampoo. I mean, if it's really awful, you just can't go there. So, be looking out for that. And so I made homemade yogurt. So here's my homemade yogurt I made using, let me pour this off. Ay, 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 it's very late here. I just lost half of my yogurt. But if you can get 1 yogurt that gives you enough yogurt for a week, that is 1 day. I got yogurt all over the place. And then, you have yogurt for a week. Or, a couple days if you have kids, and you can make smoothies and yogurt stuff. And then try to stockpile a little stuff for bread. Like, if you can't find yeast, it would be flour, sugar, salt, baking powder, and baking soda. Now, let me try this popcorn chicken. This looks pretty good, actually. I love finger food. And when you can, pick up an extra barbecue sauce or dish. I search all over town for the biggest dish detergents, an extra dish detergent. Okay, take a look at this. And you know, make a point to learn this bread making and this yogurt making in case, God forbid, you ever need to. And if you don't have enough money, go to the food banks, call 211, call the churches, do whatever you have to do. Very tasty and cost effective. It's hot here too, you guys. Okay, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.